Good morning. Welcome to Mornings with Lone Star.
Right.
Dick and Skippy, 9:07 on the dot. We have a good reason why we weren't on at 9. It's because great things are afoot in the studio. We got future plans, and these plans are slowly becoming a reality.
Yeah, we might be adding another studio.
Woohoo!
So,
Double your pleasure, double
for
your
sure.
fun. For shizzle.
All right, welcome to Mornings with Lone Star here on irlonestar.com worldwide. And, of course, Conroe FM 104.5, 106.1, and Facebook Live, and all that good stuff. So, man, today's going to be a Jack Pam day. We installed our revolving door. Is that what they're called? Revolving doors? What are they called?
Revolving doors.
Look at that.
I'm so proud of you.
Revolving doors. We got installed, so we're ready. But good morning, Skippy. If you don't mind taking the reins for 1 minute.
No worries. So it is Friday. By golly, we made it. It's Friday on the dot here at the Mornings with Lone Star Studios. Some things happening this weekend that may or may not happen because of the rain. Let's go right into the weather. Do know that according to the official Lone Star weather tree out front, there's been some rain off and on. The leaves are droopy, but we got wind coming out. Humidity is at 100%. We're going to have isolated thunder showers today. It's currently 79. The high is going to be, I just notched up to 80. So high is going to be 85 about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Rain slated kind of like all afternoon, all night into the morning and all weekend long. So that may put a damper on some stuff. Do keep an eye out on events you were planning on going to. Most of them have rain dates if they're outside, like the Woodland Shakespeare Festival, which is slated to be on tomorrow afternoon. They do have rain dates available and will announce accordingly. Hopefully not, because I know cast and crew have worked hard for the Shakespeare, and they want to show
have
it to
they?
the audiences. They have.
Have they, guys?
Yeah, it's been late nights every night all week long. And this has been out on the stage, which is outdoors, so it's been pretty hot and muggy. And they're troopers in every sense of the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
Are you almost done? Are you nearly done? So do keep an eye out. Traffic is, it's probably bad somewhere. So even if it's clear right now, chances are by the time you get there, something will have happened. So just, drive like I do. I believe in two things when it comes to driving. One, I believe in defensive driving. And two, I believe that the best defense is a good offense. And just take that as you will. So there we go. We've got things to talk about. We've got some local headlines. Got some things happening in the world, and we are chock full of guests today. This is insane. Starting at 9:30, we're going to have Misty Newsome in with Heshima. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Heshima?
Heshima.
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 It's a nonprofit where Ugandan ladies create goods that are sold. 9:45, we're going to have another Misty Huelsebusch. I am so
This
hoping.
is gonna be great.
Yeah, yes. And I'm sure she's heard it all, so I'm not going to make any jokes, but I'm just hoping like heck that I pronounce it right. She's going to be talking about One A Day Academy. At 10 o'clock, our very own buddy Nathan Arrazate is going to be here with Lynn Hawthorne. Conroe Symphony has next week their Enchanted Garden fundraiser. They're going to talk about that. And then at 10:15, we've got Alison Morrow. And Alison is the co-founder of GoodSchooling. And she's going to talk to us about that. So just chock full of guests today. But in the meantime, you want to get some local news out of the way?
Yeah, just hit me with it. I'm almost done.
Yeah, there you go. So unfortunately, last night, I got this ding on my phone with a local news alert, and I was bummed to read it, truly, because it was about the animal shelter, the Montgomery County Animal Shelter. And a couple of years ago, I was going through some problems. There was a director issue. It kind of just the funky things that happened, and Commissioner's Court tried to get it straightened out. They finally did. It looked like things were going well, but then apparently over the weekend, a criminal investigation has been launched.
Wait a second. What?
Yeah,
So when did this get announced?
last night.
Oh, so it's breaking news. You didn't even ask me to do this.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. So apparently,
who's in trouble now?
Well,
man?
the director, Aaron Johnson, and his right-hand person.
Have the dogs been eating the catfish?
No, what happened was there was you hear in the news about cops will raid this place and they find like 100 animals there under conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
well,
remember that.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't. It happens often enough. Well, this happened, and they went out, and there were like 100 animals or 80 something, 90 something, and the director went out. This is, of course, every sentence is predicated with the phrase allegedly because the investigation is just starting. But apparently, they went out, got about a handful of animals into good homes. The domesticated ones, but there were a lot of more wild ones. 70 animals were left. So they were left there for a few days, and apparently Director Johnson and some people came back, took the animals, and euthanized all of them. And that is apparently against the law. So Montgomery County Sheriff's Office has opened up a criminal investigation as to determine if laws were broken, and if so, which ones were. But I'm sad because the shelter, it's hard enough to get people to come to a shelter to get an animal. And so you want good fuzzies around it and not bad headlines.
Good fuzzies.
Good fuzzies. Not bad fuzzies like mold, but good fuzzies like Teletubbies. So we will keep you updated on this, but all that being said, it does throw into sharp relief the number of animals that need rescuing. Our dog is we got from the shelter. A lot of animals need it. Obviously, you think dogs, but there are cats. There are other animals there too. So that is one thing. Some events coming up. The Woodlands Barbecue, 3rd annual Woodlands Barbecue is happening on October the 7th at Town Green Park. They just announced their menu. Now they were talking about all these places that I presume are really great, but my barbecue knowledge is pretty low.
You need to get with it, Sean.
I do, but apparently it's good enough that they will charge $50 a ticket for general admission and $100 a ticket for VIP. And if you want to find out more, if you just got that kind of cash to throw around on some beef,
I'm emceeing that event, right? And we're going to be there, right?
we are?
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. That's so good because, food, beef. And
I don't know if I can get you. They're actually, that was one of the funniest things. They asked me to MC it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that food is, protected. Like, they're not wasting a bit. Like, if they're making sure you paid for that food. Because when I went.
Well, we'll pay for it with our talent.
Well, I mean, I'm emceeing it, not we are emceeing it.
I'm your sidekick,
I'm sorry.
buddy. I am Robin to your Batman.
So I'm sorry that's not going to work out for you. But
I am Aqualad to your Aquaman. I am Crypto to your Superman.
Okay. I mean, I can see what I can work my magic.
Yeah, there you go. What's the point of, agreeing to MC something if you can't abuse the power? Anyhow, for those of you who aren't MCing or sidekicks of MCs, go to the Woodlands Barbecue, and that's BBQ.com. TheWoodlandsBBQ.com.
And I will tell folks, I know the price is steep, but they sold out last year, so people are doing this.
Well, think about, okay, so
food,
$50.
So $50 is the thing I like about it is if you're a big fan of barbecue, they have. Does it say how many this year they're going to have? I know they have at least 10.
They have at least what they had last time.
Yeah, so it's 10 local barbecue joints in the state of Texas, not in Houston. This is some people travel from a long ways away. But what I liked about it is they're making the best barbecue that they want you to come to their store to get more. So they'll get you they'll have variety of different this is our take on our type of brisket or our sausage or whatever. And I seriously just nibbled all day, and it was great.
Yeah. Oh, you get your money's worth for sure. And I'm sure with the VIP, you get special seating, you get probably drink tickets or a wristband or something like that to go with it. So yeah, definitely
live music, people hang out. All right. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
So definitely keep tabs on that. That's happening October 7th. A little sooner than that, the Dragon Boat races are coming up next week on September 27th through the 30th.
I always wanted to see those.
It's really cool. So the YMCA's put this together. It's this big team building thing. It's an annual event where you get teams, corporate and personal teams, or societies, organizations, and they build these dragon boats and put them in off of North Shore Park into the lake there.
Okay.
It just looks like a lot of fun. Check with your local YMCA for more details. Also, on September 25th, there's going to be a public forum discussing the possibility of incorporation for the Woodlands. It's going to be happening at 6:30 p.m. at the Woodlands Waterway Marriott. But this is a hot button topic. If you're in Conroe or Houston or worldwide listening, you may have a comparable example to work off of, but the question of incorporation of the Woodlands is a real hot button topic. It truly is. So this is one for them to have it at the Marriott. But, this is not at, some small conference.
I mean, is
room.
it?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
I mean, maybe for that commissioner.
Well, that'd be NOAC, but no, because the incorporation of the Woodlands, which means it would be a city.
Yeah, so he would lose all his money.
No, but they'd have to form a city council with city government, city bylaws.
You don't think that position would lose a lot of its power?
The county commissioner?
Yeah, of that section,
precinct
because
3?
all those roads would be city roads.
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No. Because it's like Conroe. We have the commissioner for Conroe.
Yeah, but I always imagine it's like you're cutting the budget.
Well, there will be budgetary issues as a result.
Yeah.
And, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, could be a neutral
I don't
thing.
know what I'm talking about, right?
But it sounds darn
I know,
good.
I'm just making sure.
Sounds darn good. Also, a couple more things happening. So on the 27th as well, the Montgomery County Chorale Society, under, brand new artistic director Heather Orr is putting this together. It's going on at the First United Methodist Church on Davis Street. They're launching their new season on the 27th. Go to MC Chorale, and that's CHORAL.org. And, of course, we'll put the link up on our website and our Facebook page. And finally, if you ever want to have coffee with a cop, October 3rd is your chance. At the Dozy Doe Breakfast and Barbecue on Research Force in the Woodlands, there can be cops there. And you can get there from 7 to 9 in the morning, and it's a community.
It's the safest place in town.
I'm telling you, right?
Think so?
So that's the local stuff that I got. Lots of cool stuff happening. Don't forget, like I said, we have the
There's plays going on this weekend too, right?
Yeah, right. We have the Woodland Shakespeare Fest with Much Ado About Nothing.
Okay, so anyone that sees plays, go to that. Don't worry about the plays downtown Conroe. Like, go to Shakespeare Festival.
Right. I do believe Savannah,
right? Is that what you want?
I do believe Savannah Sipping Society is still going, but across the street at the Owen, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers did close. So there's a little downtime over at the Owen.
I feel like those plays are only open for one night because I feel like we just started promoting that show.
I know. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers ran for 4 weekends. It didn't feel it. Yes. So the next thing we have coming up at the Owen is October 6th. There'll be the Conroe Country Music Opry. And on the 19th, they'll be starting. And Then There Were None, which was formerly known as 10 Little Indians, Agatha Christie mystery. And but I think there is one more weekend.
Why do you do that?
Society.
Why do you give a little history lesson, but you don't go even further?
Do you mean like the original?
Well, I mean, like if you're gonna be like, oh, I know the original title of this thing, but then you don't give us the original.
Okay, the original
Look it
title
up.
was 10 little bad words, and in England, which that word was thrown around a little bit more freely,
a little too heavily.
But then when they decided to publish that play in America, they said, you know what? I don't think we can use this word.
Okay, you are listening to Mornings Lone Star. Where? Facebook Live. Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. And Conroe's FM 104.5, 106. Did I already say that? Hold on, there's too many. We're there. We're live.
We're everywhere.
We're in downtown Conroe. We got a slew of guests. Look it up online. A plethora. And today's show brought to you by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and Jay Stittleberg for County Judge. It's 9:20. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
My name is Jay Stittleberg. I'm an Iraq War veteran, Naval Academy graduate, certified project management professional, and I'm running for County Judge in Montgomery County. We should have a budget and a strategic plan that reflect the priorities in our county: public safety, flood mitigation, mobility and infrastructure. I will build trust in our county government through transparency and accountability, representing every resident in Montgomery County. I'm Jay Stittleberg, and I'm ready to work for you.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe. at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Welcome back. Mornings with Lone Star with Dick and Skippy. I'm the aforementioned Skippy. Sitting to my left is Dick, 9:24 on the dot here in the studio. Well, the guesting has already begun. We're just chock full of Misties here in the studio. I've got Misty Newsome and Misty Huelsebusch. Ha! Eat it, Dick. I got it right. So, actually,
I really thought you said something else.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, dude.
We're gonna gloss
Why are
over
you
that
so
one.
aggressive?
We're gonna gloss over that one really quickly. So both of me talking here. So
that's great.
Misty News.
I should record. I really record that. Good. I want to have that later in bumpers.
You're right. I'm just don't be here a day where Rick and I are here because we come up with every joke on the universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, Misty Newsome is representing Heshima. Am I pronouncing that right? And this Heshima. Let me see.
Isn't that Japanese?
Swahili
from Uganda.
Okay. I knew it wasn't from here.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You know that Uhura is Swahili also?
Now you're just making up.
No, I kid you not. Uhura is Swahili for beauty.
Next thing you're gonna tell me people can click with their tongues, and that's a language.
It is.
It's a joke.
Not in Uganda, but in
Somewhere. I know it's somewhere.
Yeah, you can't because look, I can look at you and
Outside
go,
of Montgomery County, I don't really know what's going on. So.
But Dick, it is a language because I can look at you sternly, wag my finger, and go.
That's
and
true.
and you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
See?
That's
there
true.
You go. There's the language of the ticking tongue. Anyhow, so Heshima is a nonprofit organization, and then Misty Huelsebusch here, and both ladies will also be talking about One Day Academy. In fact, I think we're going to take One Day Academy first. And so, first off, what the heck is One Day Academy?
So I am actually the regional director for Houston West, which is located in Katy, and Misty, the other Misty, is going
Misty
to be
Beta. It's Misty Alpha, Misty Beta.
right. So she is my clone. No, I'm kidding. And she will be in the Woodlands Conroe area, starting a new Houston North campus next year. So One Day Academy is what it says. We're a homeschooling academy. We meet one day a week. So for our campus, we meet on Wednesdays in Katy, and we offer core classes, enrichment classes, the fun things that's hard to do at your home with just you and your kids. So science experiments, speech and debate, all the fun stuff. My husband runs the band department there. We have math and science and English and.
What about skinning and curing meat?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm always hiring.
I mean, I feel like the apocalypse kind of survival skills need to be trained.
Yeah,
at a young age.
There needs to be like a college where they have, Lone Star needs to have a zombie apocalypse survival curriculum.
Well, I never forget the first time I skinned a deer. That's for sure.
I still haven't, but I've eaten plenty. So
I remember the first time I skinned my knee. So
you can get out more.
It was just last week.
Maybe not.
Yeah, no.
Maybe
I got a boo boo owie on my knee.
Maybe so Skippy will get the taste for blood.
Oh no!
And then the whole world will change.
Listen, I am all for venison. Trust me on this one.
That's one of my favorite things that people do when they hunt. It's like, oh, after your first kill ever, you have to eat the heart. Like, I'm talking about. It's kind of like a known thing, and I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah, no thanks.
So One Day Academy sounds pretty great for.
It's great for homeschooling parents.
People
for
coming
sure.
up.
Yeah. So we cater towards middle school and high school, but we have some elementary classes too. And we are geared to be parent driven. And so there is a teacher. We teach weekly. We have a schedule. We use certain
parent driven, meaning
the parents are still the homeschooling parent.
Okay.
You just pay us to kind of guide you, basically. So all of our teachers are self-employed and they're paid monthly. And we teach and we record grades and we have supplements that we give and lots of good information for the kiddos. So it kind of enhances what the parents are already doing at home. But then they obviously
the parents aren't experts on everything,
right.
like skinning and curing meat, right?
Certainly.
And tracking.
When you bring in the creepy
and
uncle.
tracking, right?
Tracking. There you go.
And that's what makes One
One Day Academy separate too is we're professionals in that field.
Yeah.
It's not just a group of moms getting together trying to figure out who can teach this subject. It's
Right.
actually professionals that we hire to come in and teach your child in that field.
So beyond the skinning and cooking of meat, what kind of courses are offered here?
Sure. So she's getting her start next year, but I'll tell you what we have. We
Okay.
have science from 3rd grade all the way through physics in like junior level. We have math from 3rd grade through pre-cal. We have English 3rd grade through junior level. We started last year's 4th through 10th grade campus. Now we've expanded 3rd through 11th. And then we have speech. We have American history for junior high. We have Spanish from conversational Spanish elementary all the way through Spanish 2. We have art. We have music. My husband's band director, ukulele instructor, guitar instructor.
I'm teaching myself the ukulele. As I no
Really?
lie, I've already learned several songs.
Yeah. So try teaching it to 7 to 12-year-olds.
They probably sound as good as I do.
He's got a guitar class that's like starts at age 8 and has a 17-year-old. So it's a wide, but it's beginning art or beginning guitar. So everyone's kind of on the same
What
level.
about like jujitsu?
No, we don't have one, but so One Day Academy is actually started in Austin about 15 years ago, and there's like 24 campuses around
Okay.
the state.
Oh, wow.
And so there are some martial arts.
Well, I mean, I
classes.
was thinking more like physical education.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually in talks to one of our parents to hire her. She has a kinesiology degree and was like, I would love to teach that. So next year.
because from what I'm reading, it's jujitsu is very good for teaching young kids
Focus. And,
focus and discipline, and also you don't have to hurt people.
Yes.
Taekwondo is another one too. That just is really helpful for kids. Teaches them some discipline.
Yeah, but I want to be able to throw my kid at something, and the kid will wrap it up. 'Cause that's what jujitsu is. It's wrapping.
Rapping.
You need to wrap him in
Like-
bubble wrap.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing you wrapping out with like a ball cap on the side.
Oh
of your
no,
head
I
and a
mean
big
just
cloth
I meant
on
like
your-
wrapping the body up, getting it to its pressure points.
Yeah,
I
there
think it'd
you
be
go.
great. Because isn't the whole point of having kids? They do stuff that you're not good at.
Dick, I would
It's like,
pay cash to have you surrounded by bad guys and you whip out your jujitsu on
Well, I was
them.
trying to get Holly to do it because
Holly is 4'0".
you know that's the great thing about jujitsu. Like it doesn't discriminate on height or weight. Like and if anything, she's better at it because she can get
it's
around.
not height
more.
or weight, it's reach. All you got to do is hold your arm out on the
Yeah,
put
she
her
can
on the
take
forehead.
your arm and wrap it around, and she's breaking your arm in under like 10
She
seconds.
can't reach that high. She is a munchkin.
Man, you're missing out. You never watched jiu-jitsu before? It's crazy.
Dude, yeah, my son's like massively into jiu-jitsu.
So it's
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. 'Cause that's
and
where
if
it
you
came
don't think she can take you down,
Oh, Holly could take me down in a heartbeat.
So-
I have no doubt about that. Let's talk about the curriculums now. Let's try to get back on track a bit. Are these comparable to, school district curricula,
So,
better than?
I would say comparable. We in the homeschooling community have our own like favorites. So y'all are actually kind of close. There's the homeschool store up in Northwest Houston, and so ODA uses spine curriculum that you would purchase from that kind of store, and then we have our own supplements on top of it that our teachers are teaching from. They're taking notes in it. It's kind of like an all-encompassing. I taught transition math last year, which is like 11 to 14-year-olds getting ready to go into pre-algebra. 11 to 12-year-olds, 10 to 12-year-olds, and learning to. They're homeschoolers, right? Most of them have been homeschooled their whole life. They don't know how to take notes yet because their mom sits with them and teaches them. So we're teaching them a little bit of life skills too along the process: how to sit in a classroom, how to get along with others, how to make sure that you know how to take notes. And it is college prep driven, so it is pretty fast-paced curriculum. And so
Let's talk about this segment. Well, first off, I think I want to offer my house if you want to teach home ec, just have them come over. I'll teach them mopping and dishwashing.
I got 5 kids. We do lots of home
Right.
ec.
But let's talk about maybe the stigma that homeschooling has had to deal with, because I would presume traditionally you have someone with a resume, some youngster going to an entry-level job, and where'd you matriculate? Home.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
an
getting
issue?
better.
Is it getting better?
It is. So my oldest is 12, so I'm only speaking from what I've heard at conferences, my friends' experiences. But like my math teacher at One Day Academy in Katy, she graduated 3 through homeschool. One graduated from SFA, Stephen F. Austin.
Mhm.
One graduated from A&M, and the others is in the Honors College at HBU. And so it's definitely getting easier. A lot of admissions committees at colleges, especially in the Texas area, that's what I'm familiar with, are noticing that homeschoolers actually make pretty decent students, because a lot of it in high school is, here's your curriculum, needs to be done by May, let me know if you have questions. And they're really learning how to manage their time better and deal with, the stresses of that kind of stuff. And it's not for me as a mom versus me as a regional director. I like homeschooling because when we're done with school, when they've finished their checklist and we've gotten all of our subjects in, we're done. There's no extra homework. Like I might assign a project or something, but we're usually done about when school's out, and then they don't have 2 hours of homework after that, right? We can go do swimming and baseball and whatever else without that added stress on our family life. So,
And it's a lot harder to get into a game.
right.
The master bedroom versus the west wing of the house.
Yeah.
A lot of people are starting to choose a homeschool option too, because especially with the shootings that have been going on in school, I have my best friend is she and her husband are pastors in Santa Fe, Texas.
I grew up
And
in
after-
Santa Fe, Texas.
yeah.
Graduated
And
from
after
Santa Fe.
the incident there, and just starting with the Columbine High School shootings, a lot of parents are looking for different options where they don't have to compromise their child's education. They want to get the best education, but they want their children to be safe and actually survive to graduation so that they can, accomplish their goals and things and not even have to worry about and fear their child going off and they don't know what happens until it shows up on the news.
Right.
So a lot of people are looking into that. I know I chose to homeschool. I'm not for sure why Misty Newsome chose to homeschool, but my children were struggling in public school. And I realized a lot of it was going on because I didn't know where they were in their schooling. All I see is these failing grades, and I don't know why. And to go and talk to the teacher, well, my profession was English education before I was a mom. And so I knew what my children should be learning. I'm like, why are they failing? And so to go and talk to the teacher, I find out, well, I've just kind of been left out of what was going on in the day-to-day with my kids. And if I'd been in the middle of it, my children would have been straight A students. And so when we homeschooled, my children are now straight A students because
Or else.
I'm in there, and I know when they don't understand something, I can back up and reteach it because my goal is not to get an A. My goal is to get them to learn it. And I want them to learn it all. I don't want, bits and fragments. And then they get to college and they go, I have no clue how to do this. I want my kids to go, piece of cake. We've already learned this.
Cool. How about socialization skills?
The main question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of in the homeschool community, we kind of laugh at the question because what other area of your life do you get stuck in a room with only peers of your age, not up or down, right? And then you're only allowed to hang out with them for 8 hours a day, right?
My Dungeons and Dragons
Right.
club.
Okay. So there you go. But like
Next question. Bring it. Come on, bring it, Misty. I got an answer for
for
everything.
my
Academy.
kids, I've got a 1-year-old, 6-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 12-year-old. And they're hanging out with kids all day, every day. My kids, like me personally, our family, we're involved in church. We're involved in baseball. Two of my kids swim. We have actually today we're going to a skating party from 1 to 3. That's our one-day academy social. We do those once a month or so. But most of the homeschoolers I know, not all of them, and that's what I was going to say, the people in California, the people that keep getting in trouble, there are people who homeschool that shouldn't be homeschooling, that are neglectful and abuse, but that would, obviously we would not say that's everyone that homeschools. And so most of my friends that are homeschooling families they're barely home to do their school. Then they're off. Their kids are, I saw the interview with the police officer that runs the football team, right? My kid, we drive 45 minutes to do baseball a couple of times a week. And it's a fantastic group, and he's learning more. He's hit more this 2 games he's had than he did the whole last season in our local Little League. And so it's just finding your people, basically, just like in public school, finding your people and doing what you love. So my kids have no problem going up to people and talking.
Cool.
If that's what your goal is.
and like prom, is it you rent a place or is it really boring in the living room?
So no, it's not in my living room for
the
sure.
garage,
But there is there's groups of people. There's Katy Area Christian Homeschoolers that does a huge prom every year in our area, and then there's Sugar Creek Christian Home Educators does a huge one in the Sugar Land area. That's
Well, it
where
seems to
we
be a
are.
nice cooperative
Oh, yeah,
venture.
for sure.
That's
Montgomery
awesome.
County has a few.
Yeah.
Kingwood has some. I mean, they're all over. You would be surprised that there are actually hundreds in each one of these homeschool groups that get together for incredible field trips that
Right.
public school students would only dream about.
Yeah.
Cool.
We even go on missions trips overseas.
Yeah.
Together. And so these kids are very social.
Yeah.
They're not secluded and awkward
Yeah.
at all.
Well, some, but not all.
Trey Chic. We're talking to Misty Alpha and Misty Beta, aka Misty Newsome, Misty Huelsebusch. I'm going to get it. They're going to stick with us through the break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk some more about One Day Academy, as well as Heshima, a great nonprofit organization. So stay tuned to Dick and Skippy.
My name is Jay Stittleberg. I'm an Iraq War veteran, Naval Academy graduate, certified project management professional, and I'm running for county judge in Montgomery County. We should have a budget and a strategic plan that reflect the priorities in our county: public safety, flood mitigation, mobility and infrastructure. I will build trust in our county government through transparency and accountability, representing every resident in Montgomery County. I'm Jay Stittleberg, and I'm ready to work for you.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Welcome back. Morning's with Lone Star, Dick and Skippy. It is 9:41 on the dot here in the Lone Star Studios. Skippy just musing that when we chose the bumper music this morning. There's a song called Misty, and that led into a movie with Clint Eastwood called Play Misty for Me with Jessica Walters, and it was like early days of what was the one where she boils the bunny? Fatal Attraction. It's like that. He's a DJ, like a nighttime DJ, like, I'm Clint Eastwood playing you music all night long, and they have a one night fling, and then she just won't go away. Usually, I just marry them when that happens.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I just marry them at that point.
So,
and but no, she wouldn't go away, and it gets bad. But anyhow, the thing was "Play Misty for Me" was the name of it. So one of those bad '70s things. But we have Misty Alpha and Misty Beta in the studio, also known as Misty Newsome and Misty Huelsebusch from One Day Academy, as well as Heshima. So are you both familiar with Heshima too? Okay,
Just me.
okay. Well, let's talk a little bit more about One Day Academy, and then we're going to kick out Misty Beta and talk about Heshima. So, and we have a cop walking in too here, so it's okay. A nameless cop who doesn't want to be identified. So stay on that side of the camera. We're good. And we will be talking later on about the National Night Out happening on October the 2nd that Conroe PD has just been very kind enough to let us know about. Yeah, so we talk about the stigma of.
can I drop you off there?
Sure.
Here he is, guys.
Why'd you watch The Running Man? Although with me, it's more like The Running, Gasping, Stumbling Man at one point.
You gotta be smart about the way you move.
Yeah, which is why I don't. I'm very smart about it. Just got my exercise. But back to homeschooling. So we're talking, like I said, we talked about the stigma of it. But what about the growth of it? Because obviously, when I was a kid, it wasn't a thing,
Right.
At
It was
all.
illegal. So
Yeah, it was, if you were at home
Wait,
during
say
the day.
what?
all through even through the 80s, through mid 80s, it was illegal in the state of Texas. So we're actually the most free homeschooling state in the United States. There's some that it's still either illegal or it's so ridiculously hard that the parents can't afford to do it.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
Is that why a lot of people move to Texas?
It's funny because I'm on like a Christian homeschooling group on Facebook and they're like, what's the best state to move to? And everyone's like, Texas. Yeah.
I believe it. Well, actually, we had a user ask, is Christianity a common thing in homeschooling here in Texas or here in the group? Or
Well, our
doesn't
group,
have to be.
it doesn't
No,
have to be.
no.
it's like One Day Academy.
One Day
One Day
Academy
Academy
is a faith-based Christian group,
Okay.
and you do have to do a family interview, and we, it's 10 minutes. It's not a big deal, but
What about
there
your-
are,
Not the Inquisition.
Yeah.
right.
Sounds
But-
very intimidating.
It's
Throw
with
them in the
me.
water. If they
It's-
float, they're not in.
Show me proof.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me.
No, but there are secular and like I'm in a group called secular and academic homeschoolers. Like there's tons. They're across the board as far as homeschooling goes.
So you could actually kind of like pick a homeschooling group in your neighborhood or your area that would kind of cater to personal beliefs, personal philosophies, family dynamic,
Right.
Yes.
whatnot. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So is it kind of the question, why haven't we done it earlier and more?
Well, I think that through the 80s, like I went to church in the 80s with homeschooling families that had to basically stay home all day and it was hush hush. And I feel like now that has changed.
Because it was illegal.
Right.
Wait a second.
Wait, we just had a cop in here too. We could have had like a live take.
I'm not naming names.
I'm more of like
Officer, if you're still within
so
the
you grew up going to homeschool.
No, I'm
Fine.
public schooled in
So
Santa
you-
Fe.
I did homeschool for part of my.
So
high school.
I'm thinking of the illegal times where was it like literally like, oh, get in the closet.
No. No.
No, there was lots
flowers in the attic.
Well, I mean, you never know. Someone got there's this family. It's strange. Their kids never leave.
I don't know. I was like
You don't-
6, so I don't. You might
Alright.
know. But I don't remember what the question was. Sorry.
Oh,
Those,
okay, I
those
gave
were
up
the
on that
dark
long time.
times, right?
Those were the dark days.
Yeah, that's when the
but
empire, right?
it's hugely growing. So like I started our Katy campus last year with about 60 students. And in 1 year, and I could tell you, my family can tell you how much I was gone this summer. We are now at 180 students.
Wow.
Yeah, in 1 year. So that's just growth in the Katy area. And there's tons of other things similar to One Day in our area. There's 2-day schools, there are university model schools, there's another 1 day a week school. It's called something else. But there's all kinds.
we won't say it.
Yeah, we won't say.
Yeah.
They can come up here.
Yeah.
But there's so
Yeah.
many different branches that it's surprising like that my one campus grew that much, but we're offering a fantastic opportunity for parents. They don't have to come and have their kids there all day. They can just pick one class. Like we have engineering. It's a huge draw. Kids that already know they're interested in that, their parents can drop them off for that hour and a half, let them take
They
engineering.
don't even teach that at school. Most schools,
That's
like
right.
I didn't go when I went to
Right.
school. That
That's
wasn't
actually what got me excited about One Day Academy was because my degree is in English education. And so I don't have any struggles with teaching my kids English. That's what my profession was before I had kids. But I have a son that has dreamed of being an astronaut all of his life.
Me too.
I can't teach science very well.
Tell him it's
because
never too
not-
late.
It's not my strength. And so I was actually looking into One Day Academy for an engineer to teach my son. I want him to be the rocket scientist and not just the writer like my others are more into art and the creative-
useless. Is that what you're saying? Maybe they should never come out of the closet.
that could have a whole different connotation.
Well, that's what I love about the listeners who aren't watching us. They're listening, like, what are they talking about?
Right? Picturing her in their heads. But actually, that leads me to my next question. My daughter's a junior at Woodlands High School. And after years of just saying she wanted to be either an ornithologist or a computer animator, she's good at both. She's lovebirds. Over the summer, she very much wanted to get in like cosmetology. Hair, makeup, floral design, everything. And we gave up all outside classes because she does this intensive program every day after school. They bust her to another school. She learns all about it. And the thing is that apparently, like the day she graduates, she's licensed. Does homeschooling offer something like that? Kind of like to where when a curriculum is reached, I don't want to say real world skills, but
Right.
you know where I'm going with that.
So we do have normal high school diplomas. ODA does its own graduation ceremony, but a lot of the homeschooling community is real big into dual credit. And so they might, I'll just put a plug for someone else. Becky Muldrow lives kind of out here. Her name, she does dualcreditathome.com. She has this whole program that you can buy that you can start taking classes at 13 and start taking CLEP tests where you're CLEPing your high school English for 3 hours of college credit at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's called Can't Get Them Out Fast Enough. Is that what it's called, that program?
Well, I think hers is called She Has 10 Kids and she graduated the first 7 with a bachelor's degree in like $3,000. So I'm like,
Congratulations, Bobby. You're the first recipient of the quadruple point.
but it's like Thomas Edison University. Like you do have a cover school. You do have to take online classes there. But her daughter, I think, was the youngest teacher in Fort Bend County, like at the age of 19, already had her bachelor's and started teaching. So it's a possibility. It's a possibility for public school kids too, if they want it.
Whoa,
Yeah.
interesting. We're going to segue out of One Day Academy, but do tell me where people can go to where they can find out more about it.
Sure. You can go to onedayacademy.com
Mhm.
or our personal Facebook page is One Day Academy Houston West. And that's the Katy area. And we'll be advertising once Misty gets her church set up for next year and all of her classes and teachers. So
Cool. Well, we'll put up onedayacademy.com as a link on our website. People can check it out. Now we're going to segue over to Heshima, which is
Heshima.
Swahili for
Dignity.
Dignity. She beat me. I knew that. And she beat me too.
I know a few words in Lugandan language, but they're, Kabbalah Gala, it means pancake. It's very weird. I don't know.
That's
most
a
of
word
the
I
words.
need to know. I need
So
to be able
I guess
to
that's
say.
the most important word to know.
You're right. Oh, every time I go to a new country, I'd learn where's the bathroom?
See, that's,
Japan,
see,
Coco
right
Benjo.
there, IHOP, folks, that would have been a good campaign. Instead of IHOP, you'd say, hey, there's like 10,000 ways to say pancake.
Right. I stayed in a town called Kabbalah Gala. I'm like, what does this mean? They're like, oh, pancake.
Oh, it's like the Sandia Mountains in Albuquerque. I think those are the ones that means watermelon because they got this like pink hue to them. Anyway, so what is Heshima?
So, thank you. She can stay. I don't care either. But
You can't leave. You're stuck here.
yeah, you're
We
stuck.
got someone lurking outside our door too. You talk. I'm going to see who's at the door.
Okay, so Heshima started. My family adopted our fourth son from Uganda, fourth child, second son,
Okay.
and fell in love with the country and absolutely adored the people there. We lived there for 3 months during our adoption and felt the Lord calling us to help families stay together. So what we do is a 4-month training program for women there, because most women will actually. It's a crisis there in the country where women will put their kiddos in orphanage kind of as a foster care situation to try and get back on their feet. And then a lot of them are adopted out. They don't understand what adoption means. Then they think they're maybe on the states being sponsored and they're not. So we wanted parents to be able to stay together. So we train women in either tailoring, sewing classes. They can do hair salon, cosmetology type stuff, or they can do the local crafts and trades, the beads and the various things like these bracelets.
So if I'm right, is it HeshimaMinistries.com?
You're correct.
Okay, so I'm on your website.
And our
checking it
website
out.
is being updated.
It looks great.
It was thrown together and we're super thankful
We don't
for
need
it.
any more excuses. Okay, you can find.
So,
you guys are on
If
Facebook.
people give to this, then their website will get better.
Right.
Well,
Not really.
I do want to let the listeners know on Facebook we tagged them, so if you want to check out
Great.
their Facebook group, or you can just visit their website at HeshimaMinistries.com.
I say Heshima because then
Heshima.
people know how to spell it better.
Heshima.
But
There you
that's not
go.
how it's spelled, but
Now, I know I had to step away from the microphone for a bit, so this may have been answered, but why Uganda?
well, so I have a son that's Ugandan.
Mhm.
I got involved with Uganda because of an acquaintance at my church was over there for about 6 weeks adopting, and I started reading her stories and finding out about it. My husband and I had been praying, and out of nowhere, because we were not the people that always wanted to adopt, we felt like the Lord was calling us to adopt. And he was at the time a school teacher, and I stayed home. We were poor. I figured we'll just foster care and see how it goes. And through a lot of prayer, really, we felt like the Lord was calling us to Africa. And at that time, there were only 2 countries doing adoptions, and we had kind of a tie to Uganda. We were sponsoring a couple of kids over there, so we chose Uganda.
Wow.
And so 4 years ago right now is when we were there. We lived there for 3 months, and about 2.5 years ago is when we started our ministry. So we have an office there in Ntunda, Uganda, which sounds kind of like Nintendo. That's what I always think of. And women go to classes 3 days a week. There's discipleship. There's financial training. We teach them how to save. And then as they graduate from our program, we give them something to start their small business, either a sewing machine, which it's like a 5-year-old on Christmas Day. They don't expect it. And so they're they're jumping and wait. I was there in July and got to be there for our first salon school graduation. They got sinks and braids and combs and blow dryers, and you'd have thought we gave them $1 million. Like,
Wow.
It was amazing. And so we give them stuff to start their self-sustainable small business. And through our business, they have also learned how to save money. And so they've been saving for that. And once we give it to them, now they can afford rent to rent a room and have clients. Or they can afford, if their kid gets sick, there's medical care is something most people can't afford there. And so now they have this savings that's kind of in their back pocket.
You make it sound like it's next door. Like, how do you correspond? Do you go there?
So I have
half the
10
year, or-
Ugandan employees,
Okay.
and we have this app called WhatsApp. It's kind of like,
I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's so you can hide from the bad people.
well, it's the main texting
Yeah, I
kind of app, right? We can talk on Facebook Messenger too. My 3 leaders have Facebook Messenger. So But yeah, I'm in contact with them almost daily, and we hired the best people, and so we wanted it very much to be Ugandans leading Ugandans. So our 3 main leaders: Linda runs our children's ministry outreach every Saturday. Fiona runs everything. She's like the Misty over there. And then Justine runs our women's ministry. And they're all college graduates in Uganda. They all went to the university there. They have social work degrees or communications degrees or whatever it is.
One thing I'm noticing, and this is kind of going back to the One Day Academy homeschooling, is a lot of people involved with homeschooling are driven.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of amazed that y'all are able to do all this and then keep doing more and more, especially how indirectly it's connected doing the Heshima and what you do with One Day Academy.
Right.
But it all connects, though, in a way.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that. And I don't know where y'all stand faith-wise or whatever, but for me, it's I feel like God led. And so even coming up here this morning, I was listening to a book and it was talking about James, and it talks about you have to be doers of the word, not just hearers only. And it's one of those things, once your eyes opened to the plight of others in this world, I feel like it's a must. And it's not for everyone, but
and
it
with
is for
technology, you're able to manage and being in constant contact with you guys. Because when the way you're talking about it, I was like, man, you're talking like you're going to the grocery store, going down to work real quick. But no, it's across
we're just
the
gonna hop a
globe.
flight to Uganda over here.
Well, it's passion. It's definitely a passion of mine. I love the country. I love you, America. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. I love you guys.
Well, folks who are listening and want to, like you said, there's help, especially with the website. Oh my gosh. So if they want to help out, you go to Heshima Ministries.com. You can donate. You can get T-shirts. You can buy the things that
I'm in the process. I have a Shopify store that's going to go live in the next few days. But I'm glad you mentioned giving, because we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we actually have something going on today. It ends today. Anyone who signs up at any level to be a monthly donor, we are giving a free piece of jewelry, whatever they choose, and then we're entering into a $100 giveaway where they can go shopping from all of our stuff for free. And we have one entry right now, so we need more so that this one lady doesn't just win it all.
Where is this? I want to find it.
Well, I've posted it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
But anyone that signs up to give on our website and clicks monthly, even if it's $10 a month, you'll be entered into our free giveaway.
Okay, people, the call has gone out. Let's get more than one person. I'm probably gonna do it afterwards. I have a 50-50 shot at getting some jewelry and $100 of good stuff. And this nonprofit, as you talk, what I'm kind of latching on to, it's too many nonprofits just kind of willy-nilly get, this is, there's another nonprofit I've known called Hands of Global Goods, and it's for Haitian males, and that's, they're like, we want to break the cycle of violence. And they're very big on, we're going to teach them how to maintain a bank account, how to budget. And you seem to be doing the same thing here, which really helps out. So people donating, it sounds like they can rest assured their money's going to a worthy cause and not a huge honking golden parachute.
I can tell you, I drive an Altima. But,
well, there you go.
And a 12-passenger van, actually. I totally
Nissan,
fit the homeschool.
You've just been dissed
I feel like
on the
that's
air.
normal in the homeschooling world.
It is. I mean,
my parents had new neighbors, and the first thing they said they were homeschooled. I'm like, why are you telling us this? And that was really interesting because they're like, it's because we're going to have vans and we're going to have things. I was like, okay, this is...
Homeschooled, finger quotes.
Homeschooled. What's funny or what's awesome about our ministry is it is very tiny, but we watch God do big things. So like my budget every month, I send about $4,000 over to Uganda to pay for our rent and our employees and fabric and hair supplies and all this stuff. And we have about $700 in monthly donors. So every month we have about a $3,300 deficit that somehow shows up. I can't afford that. It's too much for me. But it shows up every month. Somehow someone gives, a church hears about us or something, someone does a fundraiser, or it just is there. So it's outside of me for sure.
Well, people give to a worthy cause here. So go to Heshima, Heshima, Ministries.com. Again, we'll put it up on our podcast. Let people know about it. We've been talking with Misty Newsome and Misty Huelsebusch for both One Day Academy and Heshima Ministries. Ladies, thanks so much for being in the studio with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to have Lynn Hawthorne with the Conroe Symphony talking about a gala coming up.
My way, and 1,000 violins.
My name is Jay Stittleberg. I'm an Iraq War veteran, Naval Academy graduate, certified project management professional, and I'm running for county judge in Montgomery County. We should have a budget and a strategic plan that reflect the priorities in our county: public safety, flood mitigation, mobility and infrastructure. I will build trust in our county government through transparency and accountability, representing every resident in Montgomery County. I'm Jay Stittleberg, and I'm ready to work for you.
Clean Sweep Office Cleaning has been Montgomery County's business cleaning service since 2002, offering professional office cleaning in areas such as restroom, stairwells, elevator, floor care, pretty much every angle of your office. One-time cleaning is available, but you will want these guys back. Offering daily, weekly, monthly scheduled cleanings, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning works around your business needs. Schedule a cleaning today online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Between the Crichton Theater and the Owen Theater, Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with tasty treats and Italy's favorite coffee. Have your favorite coffee or just have a midday snack be personally delivered to you at any location in downtown Conroe. All you have to do is call 936-CONROE-C or 936-266-7632.
We'd like to thank our sponsor at Conroe Coffee for supporting Mornings with Lone Star and Lone Star Community Radio. Don't forget to check them out online at conroecoffee.com.
Welcome back. Mornings with Lone Star, Dick and Skippy. A fun-filled Friday. Lots of F's in this day here. Woohoo!
Man!
10:01 on the dot in the Lone Star Studios. It's already gotten
Downtown
up
Conroe. Really great.
I was about to tell you the
Shakespeare Festival this weekend, don't forget.
Yes, let's
Don't go to it.
do the anti-rain dance. 80 degrees outside, 100% humidity, so it only feels like 312 degrees.
If I go to the Shakespeare Festival and I say Macbeth.
Oh, if you're an audience member,
Can
it's
you
okay.
say Macbeth?
Yeah, you
As
apparently.
an audience member, you can. But if you're in a production,
I'm still learning the rules of this curse.
But just to be safe, I'd probably launch myself off the stage and beat the snot out of you just to, keep Thespis at bay. Thespis is the theatrical
good
god
thing I have
of discord.
allergies. A lot of snot. It'll take you a while.
I would try. I just had to chase you down. But no, it's a lot of fun. We've been there every evening till late at night.
I know we have guests in, but just give a quick plug if we have new listeners.
There we go. So twice a year, Woodlands Township does the Woodlands Arts in the Park Festival at Rob Fleming Park, which is in the Creekside part, far west part of the Woodlands, off of Gosling, south of Lake Woodlands Drive and Woodlands Parkway. Free, my favorite color. It's an all-afternoon event. Starts about 12 noon. And there will be vendors and musical acts all day long. And then at 7 o'clock, the show, Much Ado About Nothing, goes down. And grab lawn chairs, grab blankets, coolers, do what you want. Come watch it. It's free. It's fun. If you don't know Shakespeare, don't freak out about it. This one's set in the 1940s on the end of World War II in New York. So you'll be able to tell what's going on. We even have little primers that, let people know the plot. So, assuming the rains stay away, fingers crossed, it'll be Saturday, the 22nd, starting at 1 o'clock till about 9 o'clock that night. But in the meantime, that's this weekend. But come rain or shine, I know the Conroe Symphony is going to be having their gala next week. And we got our buddy, Nathan Arrazate, in the studio, along with Lynn Hawthorne from the Conroe Symphony. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Guys?
How goes it?
Great. Thank you.
Cool. So tell us about the event coming up.
Well, it's going to be held at the Hodgepodge Lodge, which is in Montgomery, just newly opened, and it is going to be an enchanted garden evening. And
It's really nice there.
Some enchanted garden evening.
Is this the one where you said you were going to put on little butterfly wings and a tutu?
And go and sprinkle fairy dust.
I love it. I'm done. Done.
Well, you do need another personality. Boudreaux is kind of going off the deep end.
Well, it's
so-
getting Santa night time.
Okay, yeah, we need a fairy name. Or
Well, we're going to have actually a juggler and a magician and
Oh, man.
a young lady that's going to be spreading fairy dust along with
Oh, this is
other
real.
surprises. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one enchanted evening.
That's
yes.
great.
And it is for the Conroe Symphony. It is our only fundraiser this year. It's on Saturday night, October the 13th, which is just a few weeks from now. And in advance of having our gala fundraiser, we have 4 items that we have put up for raffle, which are wonderful items that we're selling. Everyone that's in the symphony is selling right now. So you will have an opportunity to buy those, and the winners of the 4 different things will be chosen and picked that night. And let me tell you about our different 4 raffles. One is a wonderful Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Tammy and Billy Lyons' beautiful beach home down in Bolivar. And that sleeps 8 to 10 people, and I've been there, and it's fabulous, right on the water. That's something for everyone.
The most important thing is Tammy just spoke to me a minute ago, and she said, when you go on, remind everybody what happens at the Lions, Tammy and Billy Lyons beach house, stays at the beach house.
I'm in.
Those 4 walls know it.
And they have cable.
It's called happy hours there, and that's why. Happy times.
Awesome.
And another is if you are a cigar smoker, we have a very special humidor with 144 different hand-selected,
Oh, wow.
beautiful
I'm listening.
cigars. And that is by Diane Dietrich. Diane's husband has hand-chosen these, and it's a beautiful humidor. That's all lined and
Yeah, they won't let
beautiful
us smoke in
box.
here.
Oh,
I was
really?
trying to with the new studio. I was like, oh, we can put one of those fans that sucks it all up. But apparently, it's a
Well, they're just
Yeah.
poopy
Can't be doing
heads.
that here.
Somebody needs to tell
Well,
Diane
I
that
don't
I've
know
married
what
for
these
less.
are, but I mean, Daryl there's a Cuban and Churchill. I'm reading from this, and Barzilla.
I don't know what those mean,
Do you
dude.
know any
Well,
of that?
if it's a pre-embargo Cuban, that means it's a cigar that was created before 1963.
So people
and-
still smoke those? Can you even smoke those?
Yeah.
There's only 4
sounds
of those. There's
disgusting.
20 of everything
No,
else.
that's why you
But-
keep them in humidors and
There's
carefully
no way a cigar
controlled.
can last that long.
Yeah, trust me, they can.
And then where we're having our event at the Hodgepodge Lodge, they are donating an evening. I think it's in their honeymoon suite for 2 people. And the next morning you will have a gourmet brunch breakfast prepared by Rick Adams himself. So he is now there. He used to be at Walden, but he is there now, their chief chef.
Wow.
And he is wonderful. And then there's one more thing, a piece of jewelry for the ladies. Of course, you can't miss this. Camillo's Jewelry has donated a beautiful 18-karat neck piece, complete with diamonds and onyx, designed by them. It's a one-of-a-kind, valued at $9,875. All
I've
of these
seen
things.
It is.
It's a knockout.
It grabs your attention, guys. Buy some stinking raffle tickets, 6 for $100. Because
Or-
even if you don't win it for your lady, you need to act like you done tried. Because it is beautiful.
Now, it's only $20 per raffle ticket, or like you just said, Nathan, you might as well go ahead and get 6 for $100.
As well.
And then you'll have more chances. And you can choose from the raffle ticket. They don't have to all be on one thing. You can spread it out and choose what you want.
If I get this right, a raffle is basically I buy as many tickets as I want, and then they draw. So
And you can put 3. Let's say you bought 6 for $100. Put 3
Yeah, I
raffle
understand now.
tickets for
I got
the
it.
necklace and 3 for the hot.
Instead of one big tub where you get the day spa that you'll never go to.
Exactly.
You can choose which one.
That you want. That you can put them all 6 in one thing if you want to. So you'll have that many more chances. And the people that are donating these are the ones that will do the picking of the tickets. So they're not in any way have any interest in the ticket that's going to be chosen. But
And you know what, Lynn? Bottom line is, whether you win or not, the money goes not only to a 501c3, but to Conroe's Symphony Orchestra and the educational part of it. And people don't think about it. We have an incredible symphony,
we do.
non-paid.
They
An
are the
incredible
only
conductor.
non-paid symphony in the state of Texas, and they're 60 members strong. And if you've never heard them, you would think that you were part of the Philadelphia Philharmonic. In fact, they're so well recognized that the first chair violinist from the Philadelphia Philharmonic, David King, was our guest and said it was fabulous. And we just had our first opening symphony concert Saturday week ago, and we have these at the Conroe High School. and he was absolutely fabulous and flabbergasted by the quality of our orchestra.
Yeah, these men and women are hardcore. Earlier this year, it was the annual Rising Stars and Legends, and you had the Texas tenors coming in, and the symphony played with them, and it was beyond beautiful.
Yes, and they were impressed. That we
Yeah,
had
for the tenors to say, these, you guys had game.
So
I'm
the tickets
paraphrasing.
are only $100 each to come to the event that night. It's from 7 until 11. And then you can buy your raffle ticket. You do not have to be present to win. So go ahead and get your raffle tickets, but we'd love to have you come also to the event because it is going to be fun. Rick Adams is preparing is our chef, preparing our dinner that evening. And our brand new conductor, and I can't pronounce his last name. We call him Dr. Jacob, but
Here, give it to Sean. Sean's really
okay,
good
Sean,
with last
it's
names.
right up there. But
I'm
and
nerdy
he,
about that.
Really good.
and Sean, he is so cute. Isn't he cute? And
Yeah,
young?
Sean, is he cute?
He
Sean,
is.
Go ahead and admit it.
He is. He's got those come hither eyes and that cocky attitude. All it's missing is the baton in his right hand.
Oh, he looks like a ballet dancer with a baton. He
Right.
led a few songs at our last one, and I mean,
What's his name?
Dr. Jacob Susalta.
almost sounded pretty good to me.
Susalta.
I just call him Dr. J, but
He's so
that's
good.
okay.
Sustalta. I like
Sustalta,
that.
yeah.
That's good.
He did. And because that Don, our present conductor, is retiring this year, so
Right.
gradually Dr. J is taking over and doing a little bit at each one of our symphonies.
Well, if people want to find more information about this, where do we need to go? Do you have it on the website? Because I know you guys are located on Fraser.
We
The
are
actual-
located on Fraser, and
There is a website.
yes, and you created it for us, and we
Well, the
appreciate
Facebook.
that. Oh, I'm
the website
sorry.
was already done.
Same thing.
Okay, well, Nathan, you're the expert in that.
Well,
Help
let me
me
see
out.
real quick.
ConroeSymphony.org.
ConroeSymphony.org is
Good
a
guess.
great way to get a lot of information. If you're on Facebook, you can go to Conroe Symphony Orchestra event page. We've got pictures of all the items you can get. We've got information. We're going to put more information on there as well. But right now, you can get all that information that you need, the basics. And there's contact information to get your tickets. Call and find out. Get with Lynn or one of the other board members.
Absolutely.
And you know what? In this month, October, there's like 9 fundraisers that are political, and that's fine. They need our support. But this is cool because this is community. This isn't just, hey, help me over here. This is helping the community, helping young men and women as well in our community.
As you said, it is our only fundraiser for the year, and you only have one raffle, one fundraiser. This is it for us. So we really need the community support in helping us make this a big success.
Right. Remember, boys and girls, City of Conroe is pushing hard an initiative to make Conroe designated a music-friendly city. And they're going all
Opposed
out.
to what? Because I know they
I'm
really
not-
are. I know. I saw they got an invitation to something where it's like, "Hey, meet people." I'm like, when is it not friendly though?
Well, no, this is the point where,
Five mi-
almost like Austin levels, where music is thoroughly promoted,
Okay.
busking even, and the symphony leading the charge on that all the way. A symphony is a beautiful thing. So, October 13th, an enchanted evening.
One enchanted
One enchanted evening. Not
Yes.
two.
Garden
Yes.
evening.
Huh?
Enchanted Garden evening.
An
Garden.
evening in the Enchanted Garden happening at the Hodgepodge Lodge, opening up a new branch in Dodge.
And everyone's invited. And thank you so much from the bottom
Yeah.
of our hearts. And
This
the
is
symphony
great.
for
Lynn,
helping
thank
us
you
out on
so
this.
much. We love having Lynn and, of course, Nathan in the studio. Stay tuned. We're going to take a break. Come back with Alison Morrow from GoodSchooling. Talk about some more fun stuff. Happy Friday. We'll be back.
Hey guys, Connor from the Ticket Stub, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1 and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Hello, welcome back to Mornings Lone Star. Dick and Skippy, 10:16 on the dot in the studios already, having a fun-filled morning. We had Misty Alpha and Misty Beta from One Day Academy and Heshima Ministries.com. That was Misty Newsome and Misty Huelsebusch. That's right. Then we also had Nathan Arrazate, our buddy, and Lynn Hawthorne. Lynn telling us about the Conroe Symphony's upcoming One Enchanted Garden evening, where Dick is going to dress up in a tutu and just throw dust all over the place. Why don't you come see that one?
Well, I have been vacuuming for a while, so I got a big bucket for people.
That's right. That's not fairy dust. That's dandruff. And then we got
this is from Metcalf Funeral Home, folks. Like, what's going on here?
You can bring yourself out to those awkward moments. You know, we can have a moment of silence for the deceased, and Dick comes flitting through.
That'd be a good way to network, right?
You would stand out for sure. Now we have a lady who's nervously eyeing the exit, wondering what she got into.
I don't believe it.
Alison Morrow, and she is if I'm reading the owner of GoodSchooling.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me on.
So we're kind of having a homeschooling bent today, and so you're going to kind of bookend that.
I don't even have any kids.
Are you sure?
Plan ahead.
That's true.
Are you sure? Hey, the nice thing about homeschooling is there's no wait list. You know, like a lot of these preschools are like a 4-year waiting
or
list. Or
entrance interviews.
Yeah, right. Well, I'd have to have that in mind.
We'll still have those.
Yeah, right. What makes you think you deserve to be in this house?
But then I go, man, these are good-looking hands. We need to put them to work. And then
I'm telling you,
don't go to school. They go to work.
I'm going to rent out my house for the home ec class and just sit down and let them learn how to iron and cook and
life skills, man.
Yeah, life skills. That's what I'm talking about.
Can you build a fence at 4?
Let's find out. Okay, so Allison, talk to us about what you do and why you do it here.
Why we do it. My husband and I actually started GoodSchooling a couple of years ago. We've been homeschooling our kids since the beginning. We have 2 girls. I actually was an elementary and middle school teacher for 6 years. That's my background. And even though we knew from the beginning, I knew before I even finished getting my college degree in education that I wanted to homeschool my own kids. But even knowing that, having all the the knowledge I had about education and how kids learn and curriculum and all these things, it was an incredibly difficult transition for us when we actually started our formal homeschooling with our kids. But as the years went on, I had all these friends who'd say, okay, I don't understand. You're a teacher. And I actually, for the first 2 years that we did formal homeschooling, my husband was the one doing it. I was actually teaching middle school at the time. And so people would say, okay, what am I missing? You're a teacher, but you're not teaching you're not putting your kids in school. I was teaching at a private school, very good school. I said, why aren't you putting your kids in? You could put them here for free. So why are you making this choice? And so I found myself having to kind of explain more and more why it is that we thought homeschooling was such a better option. And then people would say, okay, well, but you have a background in education. You can do this. I couldn't do that. I don't know anything about this. And we realized there's so many people who want to homeschool, but they're either afraid to take the leap because they think they're going to wreck their kids, or going to ruin their chances for college, they're going to do it wrong, they don't know how to teach, or they just don't. It's just very overwhelming and intimidating. I mean, if you Google homeschool curriculum, hundreds of pages come up. And so how on earth are you supposed to know what's going to work? And so we realized that we had an opportunity to help people make that transition from whatever it was that they were currently doing with their kids' education into homeschooling. And so I actually created a very systematized approach to help families make that leap. And then we provide all of this extra support. We have all sorts of blogs on or all sorts of articles, I should say, on our blog that are totally free, where families can learn about how to do this. How do you make this leap? How do you start? How do you pick curriculum? How do you make sure that you're complying with the law and all of these things that can be very scary, and just trying to make it easier for families to take that leap.
So can you personalize it per family? Like a family can come to you and say, okay, we got Susie who's 8 and Bobby who's 14, and he's leaning towards engineering, or, and she wants, and you can kind of help almost like a menu of what courses and resources are available.
Very much so. In fact, actually, so like I mentioned, we have the blog. It's totally free. All these great articles. If you follow those, you can kind of DIY your own homeschool adventure if you want to. But then we also have a coaching option. We call it our VIP homeschool coaching experience. And what we do is I sit down with the family and I do 2 interviews with them, often with the children as well, to figure out what their priorities are, why they want to homeschool, what their philosophy about education is. A lot of things that they haven't really thought about themselves. They just know, my kid does not work with the school system. This is not working. We got to get him out. I just don't know what to do. So I kind of walk them through thinking about these things. What do you want for your kids' education? What do you think education should look like? And then I talk to the kids. What do you want education to look like? You're the one that has to sit through it. So what do you want it to be like? And then I create a customized methodology, an approach that grabs all of the different characteristics from the different types of ways of homeschooling that suit that family. I kind of create this, like you said, very customized approach for that particular family. I choose all of the curriculum for them. I give them 1 or 2 options for every subject. I also find all of the local or online resources and support that they need. So, for example, if you've got a kid who is totally into coding and robotics and all of this kind of stuff, or something that's really out there, like they want to build with metal and they want to invent stuff and stuff like that, then I go and I look for resources in the community that are going to help that child to do the things that they want to do and to learn the things that they want to learn. And then I kind of present it to the family. I give them a report at the end that basically has all of the results of all of the inventories that I do. I've created a couple different inventories that I do for personality and learning style and methodology and these different things. And I show them where there might be some clash between the parent and the child, maybe personality-wise. Here's some things you need to be aware of, that you need to look for, because unfortunately, if a child is in a conventional schooling system right now, they're spending more time away from home than they are actually with their parents. And so by the time that they come home, sometimes there's going to be some clash there that the parent wasn't really expecting, that it's kind of a new dynamic in their relationship. So I help them to look at, some things that might happen that they need to be aware of, make sure that they're ready for those things. And then help them, show them basically, okay, here's how you're going to use the curriculum. Not just here's the curriculum, but here's how you use it. Here's a possible implementation plan with your schedule. Here's what this might look like. Because that's something else people go like, I wake up in the morning and what do I do? What does this look like? They just don't know. So I lay all that out for them. And then I also I also provide further coaching with them at a discounted rate further in the future. So if their child suddenly completely shifts and goes, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do, then I can sit down with them, kind of rework things. Okay, that's the path they're going to go now. Maybe they weren't thinking about college before, now they are. Or maybe it's the other way around. They were thinking about college, now they want to do a trade instead. I help them navigate what they need to change in their homeschooling to to work with that change. Or if something just isn't working, and they go, we really thought this was going to work. We love the look at this curriculum. It's not working the way we thought. I'll sit down with them. We'll rework it. We'll tweak it and troubleshoot and make something better.
Cool.
Well, where can people find more information on this?
We are on social media. You can just look for GoodSchooling,
Okay.
and we also have a website, goodschooling.net.
Okay.
And everything's up there. We're pretty active on social media, especially Facebook.
Yeah. Because I mean, this is just like the first step. I'm like, you're the first step. If I have a family and I want to transition, you're the first person I need to talk to.
I would hope so. Yeah, yeah. Because unfortunately,
Well, no, I'm just making sure because you never know. I mean, because like you said, people go online. There's thousands and thousands of options, and especially with the network homeschoolers have built.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important to know. Like just homeschooling.net.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
GoodSchooling.net.
GoodSchooling. Sorry.
Yeah. I wish I had homeschooling.net.
Yeah, right. Sure, for $12,000 to GoDaddy. Question I have is we've talked with as I've gotten more exposed to homeschooling, and a lot of people I've talked to, I seem to find a lot of homeschooling parents or former public school teachers. So I got to ask, what do you know that I don't?
Well, I know for myself, I wanted to be a teacher when I was like 7, which was crazy because I also hated school. I was a good student, but the school environment stressed me out. And I would beg my mom to homeschool me. And this was back in the 80s when that wasn't a thing. I don't even know where I came up with the concept of homeschooling at that age. But I went on to become a teacher. And once I got there, I realized I love instructing. I love the theater of teaching. I do not like having to deal with administration, with parents who think it's my job to also raise their child, who aren't willing to help their kid at home, or the helicopter parents who think their child should be getting A's in everything, even though that's not what the kid is showing me, So for me, a lot of it was this system is just, as a teacher, it was very broken. But then also when I looked, I can remember when I was doing my my classroom takeover when I was learning to be a teacher, and you do your student teaching. I can picture the minute I was standing in front of my class for the first time as a student teacher who was doing my takeover and thinking, I love being up here, but I cannot imagine putting my own kids in those seats, because I could already see, before I'd even had a job really doing this, I could already see all the ways that the system was broken. So much emphasis on testing, so much emphasis on a particular type of learning style that only like a quarter of kids actually fit. So much emphasis on curriculum and values that I personally was not on board with. And I think a lot of families now are seeing it. And that was back in, the 90s when I was getting my degree. Now it's gotten even worse. The testing, a lot of people they look at the curriculum and the way that the values are going and they don't agree with that. Or just the people are afraid for their child's safety. I had never heard of a lockdown drill when I was a kid. We didn't have that. We had tornado drills. I lived in Illinois, so that was a big thing,
Bomb, take the door off the hinges and hide under your desk.
Oh,
and that would protect us from the atomic fallout.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, right. But this whole idea of an active shooter, all this kind of stuff, it scares parents. They don't want their kid to have to even, your kindergartner comes home and says, we had to hide in the closet today. That's kind of a little traumatizing for kids, particularly if they have a very active imagination, which I did as a kid. I can only imagine where my brain would have gone with that if that had been the experience that I'd had. And parents, they want something better for their kids.
Well, there you go. And so GoodSchooling.net, we have been talking with Alison Morrow on this, and not only does she help you with like the first step, her husband, but also sounds like there's an ongoing relationship, so his needs change. And like earlier today, we were talking to a couple of people. It was like a faith-based homeschooling. So as parents come to you, this initial sit down, you get to find out. I think you can kind of drill down exactly what kind of program, faith-based, secular,
right, right, and we exactly. I will work with anybody, and I will help them figure out what fits them. There are a lot of Christian resources out there because it was actually Christianity in the 80s that really got modern homeschooling kind of up into the spotlight. But over the last 10 years, particularly as public schooling has kind of started to decline even more, there are way more people who are taking their kids out for reasons that have nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with that. And so, there are atheist homeschooling groups. There are pantheistic homeschooling groups. There are Buddhist and Islam, and there's so many resources. And so I think a lot of people do look at homeschooling and think, oh, that's for the religious, that's for the Christians. at one point, that's what most of the resources were, but not anymore. There's so many options for everybody. And yes, I will help any family figure out what it is that they're looking for and what's going to suit them best.
Sounds like homeschooling is going mainstream.
That's what we hope.
So, Allison, thanks so much for being with us today.
thank you.
You've been listening to Alison Morrow. If you want to find out more, if you think about putting your kids in homeschool, or if you're a kid listening to our radio station, shame on you. Watch Sesame Street instead. But go to goodschooling.net for more information. It is, 10:30 on the dot? They're about 10:29 on the dot. I was very, very close. Listen, Dick and Skippy, we'll be back for our final half hour.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Did you know that there are over 153 million orphans in the world today? The sad reality is 99% of those kids will likely never be adopted. Core Love is an organization right here in Conroe that takes care of orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org. That's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
Don't miss Lone Star Community Radio on TV and YouTube. Our talk show and music shows are featured on Our City TV, Suddenlink Channel 12, and have their own YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with posted shows and comment on them below the video.
Hey, Montgomery County and online listeners. Thank you so very much for checking out Jazzy Vibes with Soul. What? You haven't done so yet? Well, you've got to tune in. Hi, I am the host of Jazzy Vibes with Soul, Miss C.C. Holmes, and I invite you to check us out every Friday and Saturday from 7 until 9 p.m., where you will get the best in old school R&B, and of course, a little smooth jazz to make it jazzy. So tune in. That's right, tune in every Friday and Saturday right here on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM, or worldwide at irlongstar.com.
Hello, 10:33 on the dot. Thanks,
On the dot.
On the dot. Thanks
On
for
the dot.
sticking with us today.
Yeah,
That's my little
2:03.
Skippyism. It's always on the dot somewhere. But anyhow, it is September 21st, Friday. We made it almost to another weekend. The storms may be a-coming. You may or may not know that. But do keep tabs out on any outdoor activities you may have. If it does rain, please be careful out there.
You know, I didn't ask. Oh, the homeschooling.
Well,
I was wondering, like, say, when do you change the name in a sense of like, say, I can't homeschool my kids, but I want to send my kids in something similar to a homeschool. What does that change the name though? Wouldn't that be like a private school?
Well, no, it's a homeschool co-op or a consortium.
Okay.
And to where it's like a network. So,
Well, I mean, like, I'm not homeschooling my kid though.
Mhm.
Like me personally, I'm not teaching because I thought the idea behind homeschooling is you're teaching your
no,
child.
not necessarily. That's how it started off. Where
But when do you change the name though? Because wouldn't that just be private education? Because you're not going to public school.
Well, no, private would indicate like a private accredited academy. This is purely a guess on my. This is a guess on my part here. I would think that a homeschooling consortium or a co-op wouldn't want to be known as a private because that just puts in your head a private academy with uniforms and like Primrose Academy. Whereas homeschooling, they may change it from homeschooling to well, you can't use alternate schooling, that's already taken, but just cooperative schooling, maybe something like that, where it's or community schooling, something like that. Because a lot of these places, what we're finding out is, like Misty Dempsey, who's yet another Misty that we know who's big on homeschooling, actually helps run a co-op of parents and educators and facilities.
But like, I feel like if I'm sending my kid and I'm not homeschooling them, that would just be a private school.
Technically, yeah. But in our heads, we hear private school.
What does the government call it? Do we know?
No idea.
So these are good questions I didn't ask.
I was trying to think of a flippant answer, and I honestly couldn't come up with one. I must be coasting this Friday.
Well, I do want to let you know I scored over 100 each game at my first bowling tournament or league or whatever.
So 100 out of 300. So basically,
yeah. I don't know. I don't really bowl, so I don't even know my handicap. They are guiding me through figuring out my handicap right now.
But you're proud of getting 1/3 of your potential score.
Yes, I feel like triple digits is better than double digits.
You know what? I will take that.
And it's all about improving. So, and Holly did really well.
So, what's the name of the bowling team?
The bowling. Okay, Toot Knockers.
Toot Knockers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're in a league with Leo and Jason, and we all play these games, and there's a funny game called Jackbox TV, which utilizes your phone, and you interact with the TV, like it could be trivia or whatever. Well, there's this game, I forget what it's called. It's called like T-shirt battles or something like that. And in the game, everyone for like 10 minutes or whatever draws as many T-shirts as they can, like whatever you want. So you can imagine what's going to be on these T-shirts, and then you spend like 2 minutes, 5 minutes coming up with slogans. And then what happens, that's when the game starts, is everybody gets access to all these random slogans and random images, and you make T-shirts. And whoever makes the funniest T-shirt by combining the funniest slogan, well, I won because someone drew a really neat unicorn with rainbow. Everything was rainbow. And then the Toot Knockers was the slogan I chose. And it won, so I ordered the T-shirts. You actually order the shirts that win in the game. And that's where it comes from.
The Toot Knockers.
Well, it's the F word for it, but I feel like that's inappropriate for our homeschooling audience.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Well, then Holly got really embarrassed because we're sitting there and like there's children around. I'm like, yeah, but tooting's fun.
Do you no asterisks or anything?
No.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
Gotcha.
But it's interesting. When we got there was a lot of people there. I was kind of overwhelmed with how many people were there. And now Holly's getting fitted for a bowl on Tuesday for a bowling ball because her hands are so small and her weight needs to go up, so she can't use a kid's ball.
What about a wiffle ball?
That's not going to work.
It's got holes in it already.
So, yeah. We feeling bowl with us on Sunday. We're going to go.
You going to go bowl on Sunday? I mean, because Saturday, assuming that the Shakespeare Fest goes on, Sunday I'm going to have to relax, take a breather. So maybe I will. I will be a Toot Knocker.
I'll let you know when it's going to happen.
Yeah. So who's on the team? You and Holly.
It's Holly and I, and then Leo and Jason from Conroe Coffee.
Awesome.
So, Leo's bold. So she's our ace.
Is she the ringer?
She's good, and so I like that she's on the team. And then Jason, I have no idea. So I'm gonna be interested to see if he can do it.
Well, he's Asian, so he's got the geometry down because it's in their DNA to just know math and geometry. So
I mean,
he should be able to bowl a strike every time.
Yeah, maybe.
So you broke 100 your first tournament. You know what? I can't snicker at that because you probably would have beaten the pants off of me. How'd Holly do?
She did all right. I mean, I think she averaged like 60.
Okay.
So around there, and I think there's some room to improve. I mean, we never bowled.
Did she have any frames where she's like you were in danger of losing your manhood?
Well, like I said, she's. Oh yeah, what was her issue is the bowling ball was never comfortable for her because, like I said, she has to use a kid's ball, but the kid's ball is too light, or it's it's not, and it didn't fit her fingers right because she has like the hand about this wide, like this tall right here. So you can imagine trying to fit it. So these guys were trying to help her, and then they wanted us to come on Tuesday. That's when the main dude's there that will fit a ball for her, and that way it'll be comfortable for her.
Okay. Well, awesome. Yeah, I've probably bowled a grand total of maybe 10 times in my life. It's a fun social thing. And remember, we were at young Liam's birthday, a kid's birthday, but it was an excuse for us adults to get together and have fun and bowl. And a lot of fun, very social. You get to sit down, rest, and you get up, you get cheered on, you get mocked. I was the guy that would, every time someone would gutter ball it, I would race down the lane hoping they would notice me to try and grab the ball before it hit the
You can't
end.
do that. Well,
not legally.
My favorite was there's a team there called Prestige Worldwide. And I don't know if you've ever seen Step Brothers, the movie with Will Ferrell.
I've
and
seen
John C.
scenes
Reilly.
from it.
Their whole jerseys had like a huge Will Ferrell, huge John C. Reilly. It says like Prestige Worldwide, and it was pink, teal, white, and black,
God.
and it was wonderful. I was like, these are the kind of people I wouldn't mind hanging out with and bowling, I guess. But yeah.
Awesome.
So we did that. We got a big weekend. I know we're closing down the show here in a bit.
Oh,
Looking
ready?
forward to anything?
Yeah, well,
big
tonight we'll be
happening?
having, we should be having our final dress rehearsal.
Okay.
We'll be at Rob Fleming Park. And for those of you who don't know, it's a huge park. It's beautiful. It's got a playground there, restrooms. And then the show itself will actually be, it's like a little amphitheater. Really nice. It's beautiful. Our Much Ado About Nothing. It's a very funny show. It's the anti-Romeo and Juliet. Basically, it's what if Romeo and Juliet happened, but nobody dies. So, a lot of fun, very funny, great cast. These people have given up their time, energy, talents, and resources to schlep out, rehearse every night, all week long. Every night we've been at the park. It's been raining. It's been blazing sun into muggy night. And, even if it's rained out, know that there will be a rain day. You want to come see these boys and girls on the stage, these men and women, because it's really fun. So it's Arts in the Park, Woodlands Arts in the Park, featuring Shakespeare in the Park at Rob Fleming Park. Lots of parks here in the Woodlands. And just, hit us up on Mornings Lone Star Facebook page.com. I can give you information about it.
Okay.
Other than that, Sunday, maybe I'll bowl with you.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we're going to take our last break.
Okay.
And I want to remind folks, today's show is brought to you by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and Jay Stillberg for County Judge. And we'll be right back.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Is there someone you know who is hooked on vintage aircraft? Follow the Commemorative Air Force and its fleet of World War II planes, including the mighty B-17 Flying Fortress Texas Raiders, which is based in Conroe, Texas. Texas Raiders tours locally and all around the United States, offering the public a chance to put their hands on aviation history. What could be a more perfect gift than a flight on a historic B-17? Taking to the sky on the iconic bomber is an experience that will never be forgotten. For the touring schedule, reservations, or more information, go to b17texasraiders.org or call 855-FLY-A-B-17.
Welcome back, Mornings Lone Star, brought to you by Conroe Coffee, Crew Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and Jay Stillberg for County Judge. We're broadcasting from the Lone Star Community Radio Studios. Closing out today's show. We got a lot of guests next week, but if you're interested in being a guest, reach out to us. Just go to visit us online at irlonestar.com/MWLS for Mornings Lone Star, or we're on Facebook, and just message us, and we can get you booked. And, yeah, today's been a good week.
Yeah.
So if you actually want to check out our past shows this week, just go to Facebook, look at our videos. It's all right there.
Yep.
And then we do podcast the show. If you're a podcast listener, even though we're not that entertaining, we're more entertaining to watch. I would say. But yeah, so that's going on. I know someone stopped by, and I want to read this. We get some local stuff. October 2nd, which is in 2 weeks, it's going to be National Night Out. It's the 35th anniversary of getting out, meet your neighbors and your police, Conroe police and firefighters. And what they do here locally in Conroe, they actually have a cool meeting place. So you can actually see a SWAT truck, crime scenes, which is kind of odd, police motorcycles, mobile incident command. That's a cool thing. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Fire truck and smokehouse. They're doing it at the Conroe Target, which is on I-45 and Highway 105. And that's going to be on October 2nd, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's absolutely free, and they're going to have hot dogs, chips, soft drinks, all that stuff. And, I mean, actually, man, there's a lot of stuff going on that night.
Yeah, sounds like fun. And it's a great way, National Night Out is a great way to meet the neighbors.
I like this
meet
right here.
Your law enforcement. What does it say?
Send a message to criminals letting them know that neighborhoods are organized and fighting back.
That's right.
That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I told you someone stole my trash can, right? I tell you about this?
No.
So I live on a street where, like, when it's trash day, in one clear shot, you can see probably 40 trash cans.
Yes.
And out of all 40, mine goes missing. And I think it was I'm not blaming anybody. I don't know who did it. But what's funny about it was I thought Holly brought it in. And I was like, the next day, I was like, oh, Holly, thank you so much for taking the trash in. Because she never does it.
Well, and your average trash can is taller than her.
That's true.
Continue.
And I was like, thank you so much. And then she goes, I didn't do that. And I go, well, where's our trash can then? And it's missing. So it's gone. It's missing. And actually, fortunately, through this event, we met all over, I met everybody. And
banging on doors. Where's my trash can?
Well, just because it's like, I'm not kidding you. This is one of those cookie cutter neighborhoods where, everything looks the same when it's trash day. And I'm like, stereotypical, what was that movie with Jim Carrey? Just like that.
Oh, Truman Show.
Yeah, just like the Truman Show.
Or Camazotes from A Wrinkle in Time.
I call the city, and then the city's like, call Waste Management, and then Waste Management's like, call the city. And so, of course, I went through that. And then, the trash can could have been taken up by the by the dump truck.
Yeah.
And, well, anyway, they never call me back. And I'm like, we don't have trash. We don't have a trash can. What do we do with our trash?
Oh, it's just one of those big, like the city ones.
Yeah, it's the green one. It's green.
Big green
Yeah.
rectangular one.
And so I call back, and I'm like, hey, I never received a phone call, whatever. She's like, oh, it'll be $70. I was like, oh, okay. Now I see why someone stole it. Because they're worth $70.
Now, was it yours that came with the house?
No, I ordered it before.
So someone just flat out stole your trash?
Well, my mother mentioned that she said what you should do is stencil your address on it.
Mhm.
And I'm going to have to do that.
After you spend $70 for the next one. Yeah, that's what happened with us on my street after the last flood. So many houses flooded, and even if the house didn't flood, some of the streets, the street got flooded enough that a lot of our trash cans and the waste management recycle cans got, when the floods went away, they were all glumped up at the bottom of the street. So we all had to kind of guess on which one was ours. And
well, I mean, that's something
swapping them out.
This is new to me. So I was like, man, $70? There's not like a better program.
And is this a neighborhood where you have to use that trash
No.
can? Ah. Well.
That's a racket.
Yeah, get a GoFundMe account going. Say, Dick's Trash. Save Dick's Trash.
But yeah. I'm going to Beaumont this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not doing anything. I'm just there for moral. It's like one of those weekends you're there for moral support.
Moral support. That Dick, you're gonna earn those brownie points there.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Convince me. No, I'm just kidding. It's worth it.
Here's the thing. It could be worse because I came across a headline about a bridezilla, and this went up on Reddit. That
Is this real?
Yes.
Because we have 5 minutes. You got to tell me this is real or not before you start telling me
this
all
is
stuff.
real. This is real. So now someone posted it. Apparently, it came from a wedding. What's the word I'm looking for?
Coordinator?
Planner. Yeah, coordinator. And it was the list of demands is the only word I can think of from the bride. And this includes, and I'm quoting from this, please arrive 15 to 30 minutes early. Okay, I can live with that. Please do not, all caps, wear white, cream, or ivory. I can see that.
That's normal, right?
Yeah, I can see that. Please do not wear anything other than a basic bob or ponytail. Okay, now not
Guys
so
included?
much. Yeah, man buns only. Please do not have a full face of makeup. In other words, don't look any better than the bride.
Well, okay. Is this just something like, because I can see a bride being nitpicky, but is she actually going to have the authority on this? Like, is she going to sit there and be like, let's see, it's a half face, you're fine. I don't know what a full face makeup is, but imagine.
I would think that this coordinator is being paid a lot of money to be the guardian at the gate because it goes on. So far, I can sort of kind of deal with these because the bride doesn't want to be upstaged. But then we go on. Do not record during the ceremony. Do not check in on Facebook until instructed. Use hashtag blah 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 while posting all pictures, all capitals. Do not talk to the bride at all. Everyone will toast with Remy, which is a hard liquor, not a champagne. No acceptance. I think they meant no exceptions. Lastly, must come with gift of $75 or more, or you won't be admitted. So, someone's gonna be a guardian at the gate, and they're gonna say, "What's in the box?" It's a spatula. You can't come in.
It's ahead of Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. Ooh. What's in the box? What's in the box?
That'd be great.
Did you watch when that movie first came out?
Yeah, no, I watched it.
It's like, dude, it's your head. Just open the box. I don't know what's going on. Oh, just go and shoot Kevin Spacey. You know you wanna. And
I remember watching that because I used a curse word. I was like, oh.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Holy jeepers. There's a lady's head in that box.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm going down with them, but they're like, we're not going down slowly. It's like a real fast drop, like a roller coaster. And you're like, where's this going? Oh, my, holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good movie, man.
Yeah, that's a moment. It's very, very spooky.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to be going, guys.
Okay.
So, thanks for all the guests today.
Yeah.
Do you know? Can you name them all?
Yes, I can.
Right,
we
name
had
them all.
Misty Newsome with Heshima, Misty Huelsebusch from One Day Academy, Nathan Arrazate and Lynn Hawthorne. Nathan brought in Lynn from the Conroe Symphony, and then Alison Morrow from GoodSchooling.net. We also had Officer Eddie Davis from the Conroe Police Department pop in with some information about National Night Out.
October 2nd.
Booyah.
Today's show brought to you by Conroe Coffee, Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, and Jay Stittleberg from County Judge, who will be in the studio next week.
Woohoo!
So I'm excited about that. It's 10:53. We got a lot of guests next week. Make sure to follow us on Facebook to keep up. And we got normal programming following here at Lone Star Community Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Broadcasting live on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, worldwide at irlonestar.com, and of course Facebook Live from the Lone Star Community Radio Studios. This is us signing out.